All right, everybody, welcome to the next episode of Check Your Six, the podcast segment of the Summoning Hour where we discuss everything happening with Collegiate Rainbow Six. How about that? We are down to the final week. Outside of some all-star matches coming up, we have the finals coming up. That's on Saturday, I believe. I need to double check on the time, but we'll get there. Check, or better yet, don't rely on me. Go follow Collegiate R6 on Twitter. Find their Discord, join in, be a part of the community. That's what you want to do. But in the meantime, I thought I would share with you data, perspective, my perception at least, and let's talk about the grand finals, or the finals, however you want to word it. This is coming down to a battle of Texas. University of Houston, nationally ranked number 8, and Texas A&M ranked nationally at number 6. So we've had a lot of fun getting to this point, and what I want to call out is how these teams got there. So let's review. Let's talk Houston first. So both of these teams went 8 wins and 1 tie during the regular season, which, hey, sets them up to be contenders to really be duking it out against each other, which is phenomenal. I was hoping for a good fight, and I think that this is going to be a good place to guarantee it, considering some of the teams that they had to overcome in the playoffs. But before we get there, let's talk about the regular season. Fun fact, Houston lost to CSU LB, or California State University Long Beach, in the Season 1 semifinals. Hang on to that fact for a little bit. It's important and interesting. Their 8 wins came from, in order, Ferris State, Minnesota TC, Illinois State, Angelo State, Illinois Tech, Sam Houston, then North Georgia, and Boise State. Now, North Georgia, as you saw, is denoted as part of the Viper Group 1. This was one of their 2 matches that took them outside of their group. The team that they tied to was Lion Group 1's UC San Diego, which, again, an interesting little sniglet of information is that their opponents, Texas A&M, defeated them in the playoffs. So there's your first little nugget of differentiating between the 2 teams. There we go. Now, let's scroll down a little bit. In the playoffs, Houston was able to take out West Virginia, number 25th ranked nationally, number 4 out of the Eagle Regional playoffs, and number 3 in their group. So pretty heavy representation in their regionals, and made a strong showing in their group playoffs, or in the regular season, which, so groups, regional, then nationals, right? Being number 3 in group stage means that they were second in line. They were second seed going into the regional playoffs from their group. But when they were placed there were 2 other teams placed ahead of them. So, or 3 other teams. All of the number 2 teams, and for them to be number 4, it just means that they were the strongest of the 3rd place teams in their groups that went into the regionals. So really strong showing early, and when it just came down to the numbers after regionals, they just fell down to the bottom, or near the bottom, at 25. They defeated Grand Canyon University, number 9 nationally, number 1 out of Lion Group 3. For anyone who is number 1 in their group, that means they didn't even have to participate in the regional playoffs. So they just jumped straight to national. So this was one of those teams that proved that they were one of the best. So now, being one of the best still put them at number 9 nationally when they went in, which means they were of the 4 divisions that they had: Eagle, Lion, Viper. What am I missing? I forgot which one I'm missing. Let me pull up my stats. Official stack tracking: Eagle, Lion, Falcon, Viper. Did I say that? I thought I said that. Oh well, I might have missed that. So there was 4 divisions. Each division had 3 groups. So that means they were 9th out of 12th of all the number 1 seeds who made it straight to national. So still, I mean, out of what, 60 some teams, something like that, in the entire tournament or season and tournament, that you come out number 9, that's a good place to be. Akron, number 16 in nationals, number 1 in Eagle Regional, and number 2 in Eagle Group 3. So very strong, very high representation. They even took out the number 1 seed. Akron had taken out the number 1 seed. So for Houston to show up and go pop, pop, there you go. We took out the people who wiped out the undefeated, massively stacked, statistically number 1 ranked nationally team. Dang, okay, check that box. You've got balls of steel to pull this off. And then British Columbia, number 4 nationally, number 1 in Lion Group 2. There you go. They beat some heavy hitters to get there. So kudos to Houston and being able to pull off getting here. So that is Houston, University of Houston. Good luck. Y'all need it. Both sides will need their luck. So doing just fine there. Let's roll on to their opponents. Texas AMU. AMU? No. I'm mixing up the acronym TAMU with Texas A&M, and I'm just botching it. I apologize. Now, here's more of that fun, cool stuff that I like to find when I'm exploring the data. Let's just expand this just a little bit. I want to keep a little something secret. We got a shared history with CSULB, which again, here's one of those callbacks at least. They lost to CSULB in season 1 as well in the round of 8, so just before CSULB took out University of Houston. That's fun. Hold on to it. We're not done yet. Again, 8 wins, 1 tie during the regular season. SAIUE, Maryville, Colorado Springs. Lion Group 3's Grand Canyon, which, as you might remember, was number 1 in their group. Oklahoma State, Illinois Chicago, Arkansas Tech, Abilene Christian. They tied against another out-of-division match with Sheridan in Eagle Group 3. Here's the fun stuff. Number 7, 27th nationally, Utah. 7th overall in regionals. Number 3 in their group. Pretty well stacked for sure. FIU, 22nd nationally. 3rd in Viper regionals, 2nd in Viper Group 2. So just barely missing that ability to jump from 2nd to within 12th. So, I mean, there's a pretty big gap, but not falling too far. No, I say that there was a pretty big gap, but at the same time, so many of these games came down to, or so many of these ranks came down to round differential scores, or the difference of one round that ended up being a tie over a loss, and some of those teams just had that switch, and so everyone was really close in this tournament, and I was amazed at seeing how it played out because there was very few stacked teams that were just like, we're just going to bowl over everyone. Now, we had a couple undefeated teams going into the national playoffs. They were done. Like, they were knocked out in the round of 8, I believe was the latest one that they were in. So, I mean, this is really anyone's tournament, and I cannot wait for season 3 because I think it's going to be more of the same with an even bigger team pool. And I'm so excited to hopefully hear more casting opportunities come up for more schools because I would love to see more highlights, hear more from folks, and that's something that we can definitely accommodate going forward. Now, here's the here's the coup de grace of my cool data for this episode. Both teams lost to CSULB in season 1, one in the round of 8. That was Texas A&M. And Houston lost in the round of 16. So, this time in season 2, CSULB lost to Texas A&M. They were number 6 nationally, number 2 in line regionals, and tied for number 2 in line group 2. That's so cool. Like, one season's difference, 2 opponents coming into it had a shared vendetta against the team, and one of the teams that lost came back and beat their rival. And here's we're getting to some more kind of high level data here. CSULB was the second place finisher in season 1. Dang. Okay. Team with high notoriety, second in national or second in regional, second in their group, high ranked nationally, second place finishers season 1. Dang. Okay. Good. Strong team. There you go. Then Texas A&M has to go one step farther and take out UC San Diego. 7th nationally, first in Viper Group 1. And guess what? They were the first place finishers in season 1. Boom! Texas A&M is just blowing this wide open. They're saying, bring it on. They have no care about who you are, where you're from, what your history is. They're coming for you. And that's not to say, I mean, I give a whole bunch of respect and talent acknowledgement to University of Houston because they took out Akron. They took out the people who took out the perfect team. The team that had some absurd, a completely absurd statistic of around 90 round differential over their opponents. That is just a team that was made for slaughtering everyone. And they got beat by the 16th ranked team. And then that team got beat by the, 8th ranked team. Everyone is so close in skill, and everyone is capable of pulling off some amazing wins and some amazing matches. So this is going to be a doozy this weekend. Last little tidbits I have. Spread from, let's see, how can I do this? Oh, that minimized what I was looking for. That's not what I wanted. No. Where did you go? Okay, we'll just do it this way. Here's what we'll do. Slide, 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 snippety slide. Here is some statistics from the highest ELO players in collegiate Rainbow Six. We have Hal 9001. I'm guessing that's how you say it. You all and your crazy names. 4.1 ELO, 186 kills, 66 assists, only died 85 times in 166 rounds played. That's a scary number. That is a scary, scary number to come up against. Kill to death ratio, 2.2, basically. 2.19. Kill to death average, almost 3. That's nuts. That is sheer insanity. And that is someone who is going to be popping off left and right. That is not someone you want to meet in a dark corner and or trying to peek and get cheeky with. He will destroy you. Texas, or on Houston's side, Pavenda, PVNDA, if that's how you pronounce it. 3.5k ELO, 146 kills, 38 assists, 88 deaths, with only a round played of 139 rounds. I can think of a strong showing of what that rounds played means, is that they have beaten their opponents significantly. I guess I couldn't call it significantly, as it is they have beaten their opponents by a number of rounds each time. They don't keep it close. They are there to win, and they adapt quickly so that no one has a rolling momentum. Depending on how the teams play, if you see Houston fall behind, they are going to adapt. I think Texas is going to play it fast and loose. I think they're going to try and be a little more unpredictable, which might lead to why they've had to play so many more rounds overall. KDR for Pavenda, just going with that pronunciation, 1.66, so lower on that side. KDA, 2.09, nothing wrong with that. Kills per round, 1.05. Solid numbers all the way around. Very clearly a solid performer, consistent and deadly, and if his team can lift him up, or how their team dynamic works, if they can execute on their plan, that's all you need, right? So that's all I have. If I had to go out and put money on this match, which I can't, but I would if I could, I would have to go with Texas A&M. I am just a huge fan of the fact that they took out UC San Diego, CSULB, and look at their other opponents. FIU, Utah. They were strong teams in all of their groups. And in the groups and the regional playoffs, really strong teams. And Texas rose to the challenge. They've very clearly grown and adapted to where they fell flat in season 1. But the same can be said about Houston as well. So it's going to be a doozy, and I'm hoping for some crazy picks. I'm hoping for some maps that these teams haven't played. Consulate and Villa, as far as I can dig up, neither of these teams have played on either of those maps since at least week 3. I couldn't tell you some of the playoffs maps, but going through weeks 3 through 9 of the regular season, neither of them played Villa or Consulate. Is that a weak point? Is that just the meta where it was at during that time? I know we've seen a significant update since the beginning of the season, and so we don't know where the meta has really fallen for those maps, or I can't really speak to it off the top of my head. And if we see either of those maps come up, it's going to be a direct challenge of, we think we know this map better than you, because clearly these teams know their roles, they know their operators, they know how to work as a team, and they know how to work against their opponents as a team. will it come down to something like map knowledge and who can flex it the most? I think so. I think personally, level design and map knowledge in Rainbow Six is probably the most crucial skill. I can get a headshot. I can have a good match and pop off every now and then. But these these teams are consistent at killing and executing a plan. If they've ignored any map, if they've ignored any strategy, any common strategy, uncommon strategy, rare strategy, it'll be exploited. It will be a pain, a huge pain point. I could see someone coming up with something completely devious, and yeah, what we saw, I'm going to go on a little bit of a tangent. What we saw when ESPN hosted their collegiate Overwatch championship, you didn't see the same meta that was in Overwatch League. So I don't think we would see the exact same meta that you saw in the Pro League for Rainbow Six as you would see here. I think you'll see at least one team being more experimental, being really trying to push things around. Now they might have to settle back into a more common play style if that plan doesn't work out, like trying to go to the same site 3 times in a row. That may not be a great strategy to keep trying to push, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see where these teams are at and how they decide to execute on their game day plan. For me, the maps are a big question mark, and the rest, it'll just come down to who's going to show up on game day. Super excited for it. Feel free to leave any feedback for me on the Anchor app, and I can work this into the next podcast, not this one. You missed that deadline. That's on you. Sorry. But if you have any feedback, questions, comments about how things go, I'm certainly going to be doing a recap episode about this podcast and about this season. I'm hoping to get some guests in from CR6 and make sure that we have something interesting going on during the off season. We'll have to reach out to more teams, get some more gameplay streams going, and call that out and do some interviews. So that'll be the fun side of stuff and future plans to figure out. But for Check Your Six, this is all I've got, and I can't wait to see you on the other side of the finals. I'm going to keep streaming now, but I am going to switch gears. This is the podcast. Boom. This will go out tonight or tomorrow, and I'm going to actually just start doctoring up the podcast, call it good, and get it set up. I'll stream it. Everyone's welcome to watch. So feel free to hang out, ask me questions, see what's up. I'm happy to talk through any of the statistics that are here or anything that I pulled up. Yeah. If you have any opinions or whatever, we're all good. I'm going to switch scenes, and it's not going to work, so stay with me for a second. Yeah, no. How did that happen? I'm just gonna tuck me over here. That works for me. We'll do that. And then we're gonna bring in Audacity into the picture. Well, I mean, I don't know how interesting that is, but we'll go with it. We'll just see how it goes. You know, we're not gonna be I'm hiding myself. I'm not gonna be picky. We're just doing work now. It's all good. I don't want to blow up. Boy, I am real good at the screen. I feel like I need an image. Camera frame, not the logo, not the outline, not the overlay. Image. Here we go. Move this all the way down. There we go. So now it's not so gross looking over here. I have to, okay, first we should update. Well, first, let's get my recording stopped. So, goodbye, Craigbot. Thank you for doing your job. Let's get Craig out. Craig is out of here. I'm going to switch. Yeah, I don't think I actually need that anymore. Okay, so now I'm talking still. So that should be good. Yeah. What am I doing now? Download. Yes, download. Thank you, Craigbot. I'm going to download the Audacity project. Show in folder. Minimize that. Bring this over here. Open up. 1102. Gross. Extract all to. Finals. And now we are good to do this. Boom. Oh, fine. Open. No, not videos. Oh my gosh. Podcasts, streams, finals. There we go. And importing. Oh. Now here's what we can do. Let's go back to our dashboard. We're going to update everything. Editing a podcast. There we go. We have updated our dashboards, our platforms. Solid. And now you can see where the real magic begins. Yep, you get to hear me on double time, or doubly. There you go. Okay. All right, we're going to start the stream. I'm so thrilling to listen to. It's not even funny. I'm so good at this. And more. Sure you want to start streaming? Hell yeah, I want to start streaming. I am so good at this. All right, everybody, welcome to this is going to make everything a little bit louder, I think. I'm still very new to all this editing. Oh. All right, I don't think I want that. All right, everybody, welcome to the next episode of Check Your Six. Compressor. Let's compress it down. Now you can't see all the menus and UI stuff that I'm doing. That doesn't make it nearly as exciting. Let's, whoop, not the image. Audacity. Can we select Audacity things? There you go. not trying to be audacious. I'm terrible. I'm sorry. I'm trying. I'm trying here. Be kind. Be gentle. All right, everybody. Welcome to the next episode of Check Your Six, the podcast segment of the Summoning Hour where we discuss everything happening with collegiate Rainbow6. How about? All right. Now, I'm going to work some magic. All the magic. All the magic. Taste the magic. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Podcast work. What is this? Is this the opening? Yeah, this is the opening. Okay. Theme song and sounds. Okay, let's just listen to this all the way through.
Welcome to the Summoning Hour.
Okay, so this is just however much I need. I gotcha. Okay, that's fine. That's good. It's a new opening. I can do that. Let's download that. Show folder. Come back to Audacity. Data. Perspective. Move that down. Sweet. And then, actually, you can't see that. So I'm going to need this whole window. Cool. I feel like I need to move out of the way. Oh, come on. I just want my that webcam. Just gonna tuck myself into the corner. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do transform screen. Okay, fine. Be that way. Oh, that was not the right thing. Sure. We'll call that good. Oh, that's because that's crazy long. Oh, I think that's the end of the episode. Okay, that's fine. That's cool. I don't think I'll need that for now. We can cut. We can cut that down and fade out. That's this part. Ooh, funky. Good old Jansen. I'm just gonna listen to this. This is so good. I can get behind this. So simple, but I like it. And it starts over. Okay. 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 We got it. I think we're good.
Welcome Welcome to the summoning hour.
So then, I don't think I need that, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna bring in my other Uzak, my CR6, or my Rainbow6 music. Here's what we're gonna do. We go drop. Back to back to back to back songs. Now we get to find out which ones are which. Oh, that's so loud. Jeez Louise. I don't want to kill your ears, so I'm gonna dump it down to what I'm listening at. Good God, that is loud. Let's tone that down a bit. You know what? I have a simpler way of doing this. We're going to go back to podcast. Let's see. Not that one. I don't think I did it for that one. Is this one it? Let's go into this one. I'm opening up another Audacity file from a previous episode of Check Your Six, and I'm going to try and copy over something else that I did. Make it work. I see audio track. Yes, I see it. That's close to what I want. There it is. It's a solid 39 minutes. Let's go solo. Oh yeah. Yeah, just in the background. I think I can use that. How's this one end? Oh, it's the same thing. Okay, so this is, I think this will do. New stereo track. Copy La Pasta. Let's see. While that copies in and gets ready, let's go podcasts. Let's go down to, yes, we need the outro. Yes, we will need that. We'll definitely need that. Audacity is slow and sometimes hates me, so we'll just let it do its thing. I kind of want some music. see what I can do about that. I think. Oh no. Yeah, I think we're gonna go to Jocko Willink. Willink. I'm gonna play The Path. Let's start here. Can't play current song. Well, that's annoying. Why not? Well then, we'll just go to Spotify a different way. Because I know I've done this before. Oh, well. There you go. That works. Do this for now.
People look for the shortcut, the hack. And if you came here looking for that, you won't find it. The shortcut is a lie. The hack doesn't get you there. And if you want to take the easy road, it won't take you to where you want to be. Stronger, smarter, faster, healthier, better. Free.
It's so quiet. That might have been from when I was doing it wrong, so that doesn't help.
And be the best version of you possible will not happen by itself.
Alright, let's listen to this real quick.
Corners, taking shortcuts, or looking for the easy.
Alright, let's see. It's too far. First, I want to say thank you for listening to the podcast, and if you could do me one more favor, and that is tell your friends and family about this podcast. I'm sure you know someone who can get value from this podcast, and I believe this podcast does provide value for understanding collegiate esports, perspective on esports in general, as well as game development. Now, one really cool feature about this podcast is that if you use the Anchor app, you will be able to record feedback and send it directly to me where I can incorporate it right into the podcast. If using the Anchor app is not quite your style, you can reach me on social media. That's Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, Periscope, YouTube, Mixer, all under the name Warlock Recall. Thanks again for listening. I very much appreciate it, and I will catch you next time on the Summoning Hour. I think I'm close to... Yeah, I think right there. I can cut it. I think I want to cut it there. What we're going to do right here up. Catch you next time on the Summoning Hour. I kind of like that ending. I can dig that. Alright, that's the ending. What does the beginning sound, or the beginning needs to have this cut down, so I don't need that. Definitely don't need so much this. That's fine, that's all good. Actually, we'll just do that here. Let's sew this.
Welcome to the Summoning Hour.
Fade out. Little snippy snippy. Finally shove this over here. There you go. Play. Yeah. Seems a little quiet, but at the same time, let's get the vocals over here. Give a little bit of a gap, so that's about 5 seconds. That should be fine. All right, everybody, welcome to the next episode of Check Your Six, the podcast segment of the Summoning Hour, where we discuss everything happening with Collegiate Rainbow Six. How about that? There you go. Okay, so we're pretty well set up there. Because we moved stuff, we gotta shift this down. Oh, I did not want to do that. 0. And even then, I could probably do. First, I want to say thank you for listening to the podcast, and if you could do me one more favor. Okay, first we should update. Alright, I gotta. I'm going to actually just start doctoring up the podcast. Call it good. But if you have any feedback, questions, comments about how things go, I'm certainly going to be doing a recap episode about this podcast. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where these teams are at and how they decide to execute on their game day plan. For me, the maps are a big question mark, and the rest, it'll just come down to who's going to show up on game day. Super excited for it. Feel free to leave any feedback for me on the Anchor app, and I can work this into the next podcast, not this one. You missed that deadline. That's on you. Alright, let's re-listen to... Thanks again for listening. I very much appreciate it, and I will catch you next time on the Summoning Hour. Alright, let's do this real quick. Oh, I didn't realize I was doing my scene swap. Hotkeys of Audacity. I didn't think that one through. Alright, well, we can click buttons. Just turn this up a little bit. Just so that we can hear what the sound sounds like and see if we can get to a next time good endpoint. Summoning Hour. Hey everyone joining. I have finished recording the podcast. I am doctoring it up now. Yeah, I'll have that out 40 minutes from now, something like that. Be uploaded and good to go. God, I love that heavy. I want a little more time at the end, but at the same time, it doesn't need to be super long. God, I love that. It's a really abrupt change. Yeah, that just kind of plods along, doesn't it? Okay, here's what we'll do then. We want that to be the end. There we go. So, I mean, that's for a minute. That's not so bad. But what we can do... see what that sounds like. I think what we'll do is we'll actually just do this then. Just end it. And actually, here's what we can do. Let's go back and add... Nope, not program files. Downloads. Date modified. Up at the top. Drag this in. Ooh. Let's talk Houston first. I think this is what we can use. And Audacity will grind for a little bit. It's all good. I have to think about this. This has actually gone really well. Like I wrote down all my data. I had a script going. I read it off. I added a little more pizzazz to my conversation this time around because I was thinking about talking to a live audience as opposed to I am talking to my podcast. Yeah. So, and then like knock on wood, no technical difficulties. I had my chat bot recording in Discord while I'm talking to the stream, which was working as far as I can tell. No one said, "Hey, I can't hear you," which is good. Um, I used. Uh, I have a comment from my dear brother. You watched you fiddle a bit. Cool to see you editing timelines. Okay, so he was just in here. Hello, three folks joining me right now. Right now, I'm waiting for Audacity to stop grinding my computer to a halt so I can wrap up editing my Check Your Six podcast segment and actually get that damn thing published. Um, makes your tad quiet. Okay. Oh, let me take care of that. I'm not boosting. What's my out? Here, I'll bring you back up. Now that I'm not listening to music and blowing out eardrums. That should be better. Hopefully that's better. Yes. Look at this thing. It's still just grinding. Not there it goes. That is not at all what I wanted. Okay, Audacity, you're fired. Copy you. Come over here. All the way over here. Paste. And now it does it just that fine. Meh. Meh, I say. Okay, let's just get rid of that gap. Okay with that. That works for me. Solid. Alright, let's make sure that we're lined up because that is almost 20 seconds of dead air. So I should stop using F5. Wow, I stop using the hotkeys. You're going to destroy your podcast. That's that. We'll just offset that a little bit. That's fine. That can go as long as that needs to. Okay. Oh, God. I'm just begging for something to go wrong now. Alright. Give this a listen. Well, there's something wrong here. That's so loud. That seems really loud too. Like what? That seems so wrong. I mean, if I normalize it, it might be quiet. Because I mean, when I listen to this, like, this seems loud. I'm going to just turn it down. It seems loud. It's being loud. I think it's loud. That's still loud. Yeah, that's too loud. Normalize. It just seems way too loud. And now my voice is probably this.
Welcome to the Summoning Hour.
Oh, that's why. I'm an idiot.
Welcome to the Summoning Hour.
And that's too quiet.
Welcome to the Summoning Hour. Welcome to the Summoning Hour.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the next episode of Check Your Six, the podcast segment of the Summoning Hour where we discuss everything happening with Collegiate Rainbow Six. How about that? We are down to the final week outside of some. I'm not sold on that. No, I don't want to do a fade in. I want to do. Let's see how this equalization works out. All right, everybody. Welcome to the next episode of Check Your Six, the podcast segment of the Summoning Hour where we discuss everything happening with Collegiate Rainbow Six. How about that? We are down to the final week. Outside of some all-star matches coming up, we have the finals coming up. That's on Saturday, I believe. I think I could probably get a little aggressive with this. An hour. I'm okay with that. kind of want to hear the difference between show up on excited for it down to who's going to show up on game day. Super excited for it. First, I want to say thank you for listening to the podcast, and if you could. First, I want to say thank. Yeah, good God. Let's do position. Fine, it looks. First, I want to say thank you. First, I want to say. First, I want to say thank you for listening to the podcast, and if you could do me one more favor, and that is tell your friends and family about this podcast. All right. I think that's all she wrote. R6 finals. CY6 finals. All right. I'm going to upload this up to Anchor. And I'm going to sneak in a game of Rainbow Six. Right, we're going to drop that. And we're going to drop that because I don't need it. You play. You play, I play, we all play. Play, play, play. Play, play. All the play, play. Oh. Until Audacity's done closing everything. Or exporting. I can't do anything. Boo. So I have some other stuff I need to close out. That wasn't working. I don't need that. That did not work either. I don't need that anymore. We've got chat up. I've got data I don't need up. Oh, go ahead. My notes are complete, so I don't need that anymore. All done. I'll save the other notepad. I'm not gonna worry about sound or music. Let's get this thing. Well, no, you know what? Well, man, I'm so indecisive right now. It's not even funny. I had a really rough night last night. Construction starting at 1 a.m. was not pleasant by any stretch of the imagination. Wow, I think I'm feeling it too. Let's save project as edited. There you go. Okay, that'll take time to save. Construction started at like 1 in the morning just down the road from my place with jackhammers and pouring gravel and trucks moving in and out, all that stuff, and that was not pleasant. I woke up my eldest, and then it was about 1 a.m. and 1:15, 1:30, somewhere in there. Settle him, get him back into bed, get my wife into bed. She had fallen asleep on the couch, and get her into bed. I'm crawling into bed, and power goes out. Now, my kids use white noise machines and everything, and they have backup batteries. They have the music downloaded on them, so I don't need internet, I don't need power, but they're plugged in just to save the battery life, right? And the music all keeps going, And yet, as soon as the lights went out and there was like something else missing, like the hall light went out, they just both freaked the fuck out. And they're like, wow, we lost power. Ah. It was just like, oh boy. So I didn't get to bed, and I got them settled a little after 2. And I didn't fall asleep until probably close to 2:30. And then I was up again at 6 or 5:30 if you include kind of already waking up. Sponsored segment. There we go. Here we go, teams. Here we go. So they're exhausted. I would like to play a game. Done. I did a stream. I'm doing a stream of a podcast editing, and playing a game. Holy crap. That's a good evening for me. Check your 6 collegiate R6 Rainbow6 finals. Not recap, not summary. Introduction. Actually, here's what I want. How do I want to do this? I want to do this. We are actually here. We can actually show this so that you're not just staring at a black screen. Scroll. Yeah, okay, that works. Final 2 teams. No battle for the national champion of collegiate Rainbow 6 Siege. Best Texas. I'll just leave it there. Hit my Twitch channel for the VOD, which I won't have a link yet. We'll do. I don't want you. I don't know if there's anything I need to hide on there. I don't think so. The summoning hour message. Yeah, there you go. Sweet. Message. Da, da, da. Da, da, da. There's this link. If I go to yeah, it's takes a lot to get going. Make sure I can actually get this done. I think that's it. Okay. Dunzo. I did it. Alright. Cool. Alright, so that's that. I will boost it in the morning with. Yeah, this is another podcast I'm doing. I will. Okay, I don't need to show Chrome anymore. Let's play a game. Alright, I should probably. Ugh. Alright. Got the game coming. It's fine. We're good. Getting a game in of Rainbow 6. Update all. God, I love being able to update my dashboard from Restream and do it everywhere. It's so good. We're going to bring this over here. Can bring this over here. Perfecto. One game. Just one game. Here it is. Make sure that's not crazy loud. And deck you down a little bit. I feel like that's still really loud. Bring that down there. Try and turn that down. Alright, I had a really good game today during lunch. I ended up losing, but I still had a lot of points and I was doing something right. I had an awesome play in the garage. Smoked, I stayed alive, I got revived, I nailed a few shots, deterred some people. Felt good. Felt real good. I'm gonna move this back over here. There we go. I think I'm in a good spot now. Joining ongoing match. Ugh, these always suck. I hate joining ongoing matches.
Biohazard container location unknown. Find the biohazard container.
Whoops. Only one drone. They're all just right there. Oh. Oh my gosh. This guy is flailing. Good lord.
Friendly. Op 4 eliminated all
Nice try.
friendlies.
Alright, let's see if we can turn this one around. Defending. Had a lot of luck with this earlier. Not the same map, but you know. Could be worse. Switch. Damn.
Secure the room. We need to protect
Oh.
the biohazard container.
The beauties are in place.
Barricading the window!
This will be my warm-up round then.
5 seconds. Op 4 drone has found the biohazard container. Op 4 drone
is why
has
I
located
hate-
the biohazard container.
This is why I hate joining games
Enemy
in
drone
progress.
dropping for scan.
Planting toxins. Enemy drone is moving into position for scan.
Nest of beauties in place.
Friendly, last operator standing. Op 4 is securing the container.
Damn.
Enemy is about to scan. Your location has been compromised. All friendlies were eliminated. Mission failure.
At least these guys were cool about it. I've had some not so great experiences with people. One good game is all I'm asking for. Something more than one round that I get to play. Then I have to hit the bed. I am just completely and utterly beat. And if I had to show you my schedule for tomorrow, you would feel bad for me. Just want a match. Give me a match. Give me one that's not already in progress. Oh my god. It's 3 hours straight of. Jesus. 8-hour day, I've got 6.5 hours of meetings. Oh yeah. I really want to make smoke work. I feel like some better positioning for me. And a little bit better understanding of how people are attacking. And if I could get some assistance with defense, things will go better. Cough button. I should look up a cough button. Oh, this is gonna be good. An hour and a half long stream.
Barricade the room. We need to protect the biohazard container.
Camera activated. Welcome mat deployed.
Toxins in position.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds and counting. Op 4 hasn't found the biohazard container. They will attempt to locate it during the assault. Op 4 found the biohazard container.
Waves in position.
Reload. Tango in my sights. First floor. Got a visual on the target. First floor.
Gonna hang out here.
Op 4, last operator standing. Op 4 eliminated. Mission
Oh, sure.
successful.
Nice and easy. Hey, how's it going? You ready for the finals? Where do I want to go in at? Fair enough. That's understandable.
Locate the biohazard container.
Yeah, I just finished publishing the second to last episode, I guess, for the season. The final summary of what to expect. No, damn, they got me. But yeah, Texas A&M versus Houston.
Biohazard container has been located.
Houston was a surprise to me, but I mean, after Akron took out,
Insertion in 10 seconds.
it wasn't Ohio State, it was
5 seconds.
let me pull up
Proceed to the biohazard
I'll pull up the
container
name
and
later.
secure
It was one of the other undefeated teams. They had ridiculous round differential. It was just nuts. Something like 90. Whoops.
Time to ring some ears. Look out. It's live.
But yeah, Akron, number 16, took out number 1 seed, and then Houston took them out. Aha. These guys know what's up.
Activating shock drone.
secure the container. Proceed securing the room.
God.
Op 4 last stop standing.
half a second too late to get that kill with the shock drone, or at least the injure. Snapped that guy, and then bullets came flying in. I'm still working smoke. I want to get better with smoke. He was the operator I thought I was clicking with, and then I just kept getting decimated time and time again. So then I switched to, and I found Twitch and her gun. I was just like, oh, this feels good. So then I stuck with her for I still run her like every map, every game. Run a little Twitch, but
Barricade the room.
you know.
We need to protect the biohazard container.
That's good. Where else do I want to? I don't have what it takes to clear that. Oh, that's not terrible. I can work with that. I don't care about that. I think. Yeah, no. I don't know if it's
10 seconds remaining.
like my viewer count has been popping up and down
Down
a
to
lot,
5
and I
seconds.
don't know if I actually just got something that people are paying attention to
Op 4
this
drone
time.
located the biohazard container.
Or what,
Protect
but,
the biohazard container at all costs.
But yeah, I felt like it's been a little weird. Well, that's kind of cool.
Activate jammer. Feed up and running.
Evil eyes ready.
Maybe over the tusks.
Nest in position.
Got eyes on the target.
Nope, it's not.
Position.
Toxin set.
Probably didn't want to break that. Oh. Ah, they came in the other way. Yeah, I have been using so many shotguns that I was trying to branch out and try a different weapon, because pretty much all like smoke, rook, mute, I have them all running shotgun. And Twitch was basically my only auto rifle. So I didn't have a whole lot of other automatic guns, so, and I had like no experience with the SMGs, so I tried playing with those a little bit. Don't peek, you don't gotta go anywhere. I got 40 seconds to figure it out. Oh, my lovely pink corpse. Can see them. What room is that? It's the little kitchen.
Down to 15 seconds.
There it is.
Op 4
Oh.
is securing the container. One friendly remaining. Protect the the biohazard container. 5 seconds to go. Mission
Oh,
failed. All friendlies have been neutralized.
damn. Break room. There it is. Yeah, I mean, aside from figuring out the destructibility of the levels, the layouts of them, and figuring out the orientation every time I have to pick a spawn point, and then on top of that, figuring out what the fuck to call everything. God, it's a lot. Yeah, even my lion runs shotgun. I wish I had flashcards for like screenshots with room names. Just be able to go bam, 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 and just be able to call that out, because damn, I'm terrible. I've still been hovering around that 1 kill to death ratio and 1 or 50% win rate, basically.
Container.
Been hovering around there for a long
Good work.
time.
The biohazard container has been
Still
located.
haven't done more than like a single game of ranked.
Seconds to insertion.
Do, 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 do.
5 seconds. Proceed to biohazard container location.
Oh, yeah. That seems entirely reasonable.
Sending my drone out.
What the fuck, dude? Thanks for that.
Deploying rifle shield.
Nope. Hop in. Well, why won't you get in? Jesus Christ.
Changing mag!
Shock drone going live.
Oh, how did that miss?
Breach charge failed.
Oh. He's sitting in the other angle.
Op 4 last stop standing. Resume securing the container
Fail.
once the threat is neutralized. Cease securing the container. Op 4 eliminated. Friendly mission successful.
How did we win? They were working together. They knew what to do. I really should go to bed. Oh yeah, I have to go to bed. You missed it earlier. I've basically been running on like what, 3 hours of sleep. Been 3 hours last night and 4 hours the night before. I'm good night. I gotta be done. Run away. All right, take it easy. Have a good one.